Alright, hi everyone, this is Voyage Vision, and this is the application that we have created. So when you launch the application, this will be the landing page you will land on, which is the sign in page. So before we sign in, we have to sign up. So over here you can input your username, let's call it milestone 3, and then have an email, and of course a password. But actually our password, there are certain criteria that have to be met by the users for the password, so let's change it real quick. Doesn't match, let's fix that real quick. Alright, this should hopefully create an account. Okay, so this will be the home page when they sign in. Let's go through the features one by one. Firstly, we're starting from the top. We can ask AI for help. For example, let's say we want to go to Taiwan. Okay, search what to do in Taiwan, and then the generative AI would share some tourist spots that we can go if we are heading to Taiwan. So, moving on, we can add a new plan. So previously mentioned we are going Taiwan. Let's make it short form. We can create. So we can create. Of course, we can delete. Let's not delete this time. And we can also change the name by having a long press. Let's name it the full thing. Alright. Okay, before we click into this Taiwan and explore more of its features, let's go to the 3 tools we have here. Firstly, we have bookings. Okay, when you click on the bookings, you will see this empty page, of course, because the database has nothing to fetch. So let's add a booking. Let's say, example, our flight. Create, same thing. Can delete and can edit with the long press. Okay, let's click into it. So there's a details tab and there's an image tab. So what are these tabs for? The details tabs are to key in some details that you scared you forget. For example, flight time, 10:50 AM, landing time, 12 PM per se. Then you save the notes, and then hopefully, let's ignore this, go to the next tab, come back, you'll still be there. When you leave the tab, you go in, you'll still be there. So what is this image tab then? So this is the tab where you can upload your files. This is the only file I have in this emulator. So let's say I crop this. Oops. Alright, let's not crop it. Let's just say I cropped it. And then you will refresh. And yes, this is the image. And then you can also delete it. Yes. Alright. Moving on from bookings, we have the checklist, where you can put in some stuff for your packing list, or maybe some stuff that you want to remind yourself to bring every day. So these are the default checklists that will appear when you've created an account brand new, like the passport, visa, which are essential for traveling, as this is a travel app. And you can of course tick them off. You can also edit by adding a new group like clothing, and then we can add item like t-shirt. Yeah, you can edit it, you can delete, save, so on. And then this list can go as long as you would like. Moving on, we've got the cost tracker. So as every young adult there is, we don't have unlimited budget. So when we go overseas, we would love to keep track of how much money we are spending. So my favorite, food. So let's say I had a buffet today and it was $50. And then we can also change the date. So in this case, let's say my trip is 25th of July, which is today, the current time of the video. You add, you load the information, and this will show you the total for the day itself. So for example, let's say we had let's say we had another meal. Let's say we had Luro Fan, and it was only $2, and it was the next day. So this will show the total for the food that you spend in total, and it will split it up in the days. So Friday, July 25th, $50 spent, Saturday, $2 spent, and of course there's a grand total for this. Yeah, you can also add your own groups. These are just the default set groups you have. Alright. Moving on to the plans, which is our final part of our feature. When you click into these plans, there will be a schedule and a map laid out for you. Tabs, I mean. Alright, so let's start with the schedule. So we can add schedules for us, like let's say tomorrow I want to go cementing. And you can put the start date, start time, which is today. And you can choose the time, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to dive too deep into it. And then when you load, it will appear here, where you can edit, you can delete, and so on. Delete. Alright, moving on to the map. Okay, so this map belongs specifically to this Taiwan plan. So let's say I want to put cementing. It will appear here and it will drop a pin right here. When you click on it, it will show cementing. And let's say I have a food that I want to eat here. So breakfast. And I can save this. And you get the point. You can put pins everywhere on the map, anywhere you want, so you can better visualize where you are going. Ice cream. Okay, and let's have an example, Jiufen. Search. It's far away. So you put a pin here for you. You can view all pins. And you can click on cementing and you'll center back onto the pin. And yeah, that is all for our app. Thank you for watching.